amid talks to end the war in Ukraine and Trump-driven geopolitical upheavals. The spotlight also remains on Israel for blocking Gaza aid amid a standoff with Hamas over extension of ceasefire. In the latest, Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels have vowed to resume attacks on Israeli ships in the Red Sea and even beyond, starting today. The sharp declaration of anti-Israel maritime offensive comes in response to Israel's aid blockade in Gaza, which remains in place since the 2nd of March. The Houthis have declared a ban on passage of all Israeli ships in what they call the designated operational area in the Red Sea, the Arabian Sea, the Strait of al-Mandeb, and the Gulf of Aden. Now, reasserting their solidarity for Palestinians in Gaza, the Houthis said that the attacks on Israeli ships in the region will continue until the Gaza aid blockade is lifted. Meanwhile, reports in Israeli media claim that the Palestinian militant group Hamas, which runs Gaza, asked Houthis to renew the maritime blockade on Israel. Now this, reports say, is being done as a means of building pressure on Israel to prevent the resumption of fighting in Gaza.
Any Israeli ship attempting to break this ban will be targeted in the declared operational area. This ban will continue until the reopening of the crossings to the Gaza Strip and the entry of aid and necessary food and medicine.
Over the period of the now paused 15-month-long war in Gaza, Iran-funded Houthis used Red Sea attacks on shipping as a means to assert strategic pressure on the West and to force Israel to stop the conflict. Starting in November of 2023, Houthis staged more than 100 attacks in the Red Sea, which disrupted global shipping and forced firms to reroute to longer and more expensive journeys. In March of 2024, they sank a UK-owned ship in the region. In June of 2024, a Greek-owned bulk carrier also sank after a Houthi attack. Now, the Houthi attack stopped in January of 2025 after Israel and Hamas reached a temporary ceasefire. In February, Houthis warned military action over US President Donald Trump's suggestion to forcibly displace Palestinians from Gaza. And now, in March, the Iran-backed movement has vowed to resume Red Sea attacks. As Houthis vow to resume attacks on Israeli ships, reports say that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's administration is prepared to counter the maritime threat. Anticipating the potential Houthi attacks in the Red Sea, Israel remains in close coordination with the US Central Command. At the same time, Prime Minister Netanyahu is reportedly counting on the Trump-led America for a much harsher response than what was seen in the year before. And so, as the Red Sea waters heat up once again, the world watches a familiar script unfold. Blockades, strikes, and global shipping held hostage in a game where aid is the bargaining chip, as Palestinian civilians pay the price.
Merci beaucoup. Hi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically, in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.